What? I don't know that this music really says what we're doing in this segment, because this sounds like we're going to talk about news that happened over the weekend.
What happened to that tribal shit that you had going before?
I'm sorry, what?
That tribal shit.
I thought I said trouble.
What? That all about?
Because I'm no trouble.
No bizzle, just the drizzle.
I don't know why you would say it like that.
Well, see, yeah, the weekend update. You think that? Well, because Saturday Night Live for so many years
did the weekend update.
Well,
that's why we don't call it the weekend update.
Right. This is How Was Your FNK Weekend? Although I do like the graphic that was made.
What about this one?
Well, it's very newsy. I feel like I'm in the newsroom.
See, the weekend update thing is more like we're coming off the weekend. Hey, how was your weekend? Oh, good. How was yours? Let's talk about what we were doing. Plus the other things that affected us over the weekend.
Generally the way it goes, because he likes to talk over everybody.
Sorry, everybody.
I mean, you just did it. I asked you how you're doing, and you come back and you point at yourself, like you were talking to yourself.
How are you doing? I'm doing just fine. Thank you, Jesse, for chiming in.
But why? See, that would not be that way. That would be me. You could be you. Thank you, Jesse, for chiming in.
Oh, that's right.
No problem, Fish.
There you go. Hey, Jess, thanks for chiming in.
Eat a dick.
Big
bag of small.
I was going to try to get my hand all the way up there.
That's not nice. That's not nice at all.
All right, so it's how was your weekend, everybody? I love the maleficence or whatever.
See?
Maleficent.
See? He just did it. The point has been proven 2 minutes in.
Yep.
You just did it. Hey, how was your weekend, everybody?
It was great.
Oh, look, it's Maleficent. I don't know where else Mickey Mouse was doing that for a second.
Look at that.
Yeah, what is that?
It's my talking computer today. Hi, guys. How are you? Hello. We're going to have a fun show here at fisherandcage.com. Doo-doo.
I think I went an entire week last week without saying that. God, I don't know why I came in to do this. Felt like we turned a corner. Now I'm right back to it. That right there put me right back to it.
I think you're right. I think you did go a whole week.
I did. I went a whole week. But no, thanks, Ed.
But go ahead and call for your agent to call you.
Yeah, no. Give me a call, Paul.
That Indiana gig's starting to look real good.
I wouldn't leave you.
Anyway, a great time this weekend. A lot of things. What?
I said I wouldn't leave you.
Well, I wouldn't leave you either.
Unless there was a lot of money attached to it. And then maybe I would.
But over the weekend, first of all, I want to say it was great hanging out with the Cages yesterday. There was a wrestling match, a pay-per-view wrestling match in the Cage family, big wrestling family.
Right.
And
Payback was last night. Payback.
So this was Payback for WrestleMania. This is the follow-up to WrestleMania from last month, month before?
No, this is 2 after WrestleMania now. WrestleMania is a couple months ago. So, but if you're a wrestling fan, that was a hell of a pay-per-view. Not that you would know, because you came over at 8 and left.
Right. So I went over to the house, and they did this big pregame, man. It was started at 5 o'clock.
Right.
Went up to the rooftop. Matter of fact, we'll get to the pictures here in a second, because it turned into
Which pictures?
Well, it turned into a party that I think people would expect from Fisher and Cage.
Right.
Like if you were to go to a Fisher and Cage private party.
Right. Think about what that would entail.
Right.
Think about that.
And it was up on a rooftop.
Right. Of course.
And
there was bitches there.
Pay-per-view is involved. How would you imagine that would play out? And you're going to nail it. You're spot on. We'll get to those pictures here in just a second. But first, you guys cooked up. Johnny, our brand manager, made some kebabs.
Right. Kebabs.
You guys, kebabs.
Right.
And it was phenomenal. It's delicious. But
the chips and dips, chains and whips, little blacks in the nipples.
Crystal, you're awesome. But I did go over just to eat your food and drink your beer,
right,
and then went home before the event even started.
And it was a really good pay-per-view. Like everybody, Johnny's girlfriend was there, and she's not the biggest wrestling fan, but she's like, "Wow, this is really good." Like it was very compelling. It was great TV.
So are you every week? Is there a wrestling event on that you're watching? So that'd be Monday Night Raw, right? Monday Night Raw is a weekly thing.
Yeah, well, I watch Monday Night Raw. I also on Thursdays I'll watch NXT. Although there's an NXT pay-per-view this Wednesday, so I'll watch Wednesday night.
So this Wednesday,
live. Yeah, NXT.
So this Wednesday,
our boy Corey Graves, Matt is, going to be doing the color commentary on there like he does, and.
Because I really do. I'm not even kidding. I really do want to watch some wrestling with you.
Okay.
I was talking to Lauren about this, and
she said, "No, you're not going to do that."
No. I go, honey. I go, you're my partner, man.
Right.
You're my partner. And this is
like a superhero. You're my partner, man.
You're my partner, man.
Partner, man.
Partner, man.
That's good.
Well, you are. You're a partner, man, because he saves my ass every single day that we come in here. He makes sure that partner man's main duty is to make this man halfway entertaining. Yeah. And
you can see how that's an uphill battle.
Every single poor guy.
I'm a hell of a superhero.
You are.
I'm a hell of a superhero.
So anyway, this Wednesday.
Yes.
This Wednesday.
NXT Unstoppable.
Can I come over and watch it with you guys, or is that?
Are you going to come over just for the food beforehand?
No. Matter of fact, if you want, I'll bring the food. I'll bring food. I'll bring goodies.
All the food?
Well, if you want. Well, I mean, if you're doing another 10-person dealie.
No, I think it's just going to be Crystal and I.
What about you, Crystal, and me?
Johnny and Johnny's girlfriend wants to come, so yeah, well, it's a 6-way then.
Okay. Well, then I'll.
Lauren's gonna come and.
No, Lauren won't be there. I'll be there.
I was curious because I don't see Lauren sitting through an entire wrestling event.
Oh yeah, she'll sit through the whole wrestling event like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good because.
Ooh, look at Pinterest.
It was great hanging out with Lauren yesterday. First off, we had a really good time, and everybody, even after you guys left, said, "Oh, it's nice because we don't get to see Lauren as much because she's, is always busy. She's got stuff going on. So it's nice to see her." And with that being said, as we're doing and getting into the pay-per-view, we're watching the pre-show, she had said something like to the effect of, "Wow, you guys really get into this," or something like that. And I heard it in the periphery. I was off to my
you did
side.
hear her? You heard? Okay.
It was off to the side, and then you had said, "Yeah, they really get into it," or something to that effect. And I that was the one moment that I'm like, okay, well,
you want
she
to hit
left.
Her. Just say it. Just say it.
No, I'm not going to hit your girlfriend. I'm going to take a chair to her. It's a wrestling event. No, but
she kept talking.
It was a little snarky, and I understand that because we're wrestling.
No,
fans, so
she wasn't. She didn't.
I don't think there was any ill will.
Yeah, she didn't. Well, didn't register as snarky to me. She was just saying, "Oh wow, basically, wow, they really get into this." Right, or I can't get into this or something.
You chuckle at the end of it, and I mean, there's a little snarky. They I don't want idiots.
Okay. If that's what snarky is, all right, it was snarky.
It was a hint of snark.
I think what it is she as a woman and never grew up with wrestling. See, at least I grew up with it, so I understand.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was into wrestling, and not as an adult, but as a kid. So I think for her.
Forbid.
But the thing is about wrestling is it's no different than any of the other shows that she watches or anybody else. It's entertainment. Yeah. You could put it in the same category as any reality show that's out there, because it's kind of half real and half not real. Mm-hmm. Do they really fucking take hits and get injured and all that? Yes, they fucking do.
You should have seen there was some color last night.
Some what? Some color? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, you got some. Ziggler, I think he just knocked heads.
Ziggler was there.
Do you want to hit him now too?
Love fucking Ziggler.
All right, anyway, so let's get to the pictures then, all right? This is how the party, before I left, this is what the party had turned into. Before I left, let's go to picture number 1, Bob.
Yeah, before you left. Oh, there's our dogs.
Oh, Chili.
All right, so Chili is Crystal and mine's Chihuahua there in the front, the lighter one.
Yep.
Sweet Pea is Johnny and his girlfriend's dog.
Yeah.
Roxy in the back, who is like too good for this, like way too good for the room. Like you could tell, like
is that what that is?
Yeah, she's like, really, this is bullshit. Like the other two Chihuahuas, happy as fuck. They're happy. Roxy's like, really? We're gonna go back to their apartment now?
What now, guys? And then off to the side there that you can barely see is Johnny Griffin's Onyx.
Yep, that's Onyx over there.
And that's a lab mix, I'm assuming?
Yeah, and Onyx, me and Onyx have a very special bond.
Do you now?
He is just a great dog. He's got a
look at that.
He's a dapper dog as well too. You see that?
All right, for those of you that are just listening to the podcast, you're missing absolute gold. So this is a rooftop picture of all 4 of the dogs. Mm-hmm. The video to this is even better that we don't have today, or I didn't load up.
Right. Well, Johnny and all the women. So I'll just say all the women.
All right.
So all the women were trying to get the dogs to take a picture.
Just sit, and they did it.
Yeah, they pulled it off. That was. I mean, let's not act like that was the first take.
Oh no.
I mean, it took a hot second, but it was entertaining to watch the women try to get the dogs all lined up.
All right. So from right to left, we have Onyx, Roxy, Sweet Pea, and Chili.
Right, and there you go. And
Next
if
pic.
you're just listening, make sure you check out the picture because it is.
There
adorable.
it is. There it is.
Look at that guy.
So here's a picture of Jesse with his NWO cutoffs, sleeveless shirt.
Right.
His sleeves of tattoos, his beautiful shining bald head, and that gorgeous beard of his.
Oh, it is. It's a good one. And my Oakleys, my straight jackets, my Oakley straight jackets, which I love.
And you can see the reflection of me and my man boobs there in the mirror in the window.
You just got off a golf game, it looks like.
And if you guys didn't know better, and you were to see just a man, if you didn't know who Jesse Kage was, you were to see this man dragging these dogs into
I think dragging is weird because they're actually inside the little scooter deal.
little wagon.
The wagon.
With-
dragging dogs sounds bad.
Well, here's the thing. They're in that wagon with also paper towels, cups, plates, condiments, and other food.
There's another. Yep, there it is.
See, to me, this looks like if I didn't know you.
Well, to me, that looks like a Saturday night.
It looks like that you are dragging dogs into some kind of a ritualistic sacrifice where you're going to eat all of them and prepare them in the tinfoil. That's also in the...
So what you're telling, okay, there's hot dogs in there first off.
It
There was
does.
dogs in there.
It does look like you're leading them like it's a Green Mile or something.
Right, so basically if you're bald with a beard and tattoos, you eat
Yes.
your animals. You don't have pets, you actually eat animals. You should see the amount of babies I eat.
Yeah, well, that's... Yeah.
Sometimes I go to the hospital and steal babies just to eat their flesh.
All right, that's a little disturbing.
Well, why? Why?
Why stop at puppies?
Yeah,
Go right to
let's
babies.
keep going.
Make the
Because-
leap.
You guys want to call me out on this? I mean,
What do you think is in your Chinese food?
People say that.
Chicken?
People say that. They're like, oh, if you eat that Chinese food, they eat dogs and
That's
cats. I'm like, well, then, you know what? Then I should have been eating dogs and cats all along because Kung Pao cat is fucking delicious. If that's what that is, I want it, and I want more of it.
And General Meow's chicken, my favorite.
That's the best.
So that was yesterday.
Man.
But on Saturday, we were part of an event. We hosted an event for
Sophie Strong.
and
It was awesome.
And that was that's one of those bittersweet. It's really a positive thing to be able to go out and host something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bands and people donating money to help out this little girl who's fighting a horrible disease.
And the family was amazing. They're so gracious.
All the positivity and the love that's
Yeah.
there, but then every time you're in that moment of wow, what a great night, then you go, oh yeah, but the reason that there's such a great night, the reason there's so much positivity is because everybody's coming together to hopefully, lift
We'll lift this chick up,
Yeah.
lift this little girl up, who is, is such a. We've seen the pictures, and we have her picture up on the Fisher and Kage Facebook page. She's such a sweetheart, and the family was so loving and so grateful. Look, I've done a lot of charity events before, and I know you've done a lot of charity events. And sometimes it's just kind of going through the motions. It's a charity event, and maybe not for you personally. But when you get your cog in this charity machine, sometimes
The bigger ones, right.
The big ones, yeah.
Right.
Not this is different. But
it doesn't feel like a charity event
no,
sometimes.
it feels like it's quite frankly to jerk everybody off. There's
Right.
that thing. Well, I did this and I donated this and I did this, and it's
Right.
like, listen. The point is this is a community, and I love my community. Living in downtown St. Pete, this was I saw a lot of people I haven't seen in a while that really came out for this. The bands, Trust for Liars, the Harvest.
Malaya. Yep,
Right. Everybody did such a great job coming together, and I'm proud to say we were a part of that. I'm very, very proud, and just thank you to the local 662. They did a great job hosting that event. Actually, we got to go back on. We were on stage. We were hosting the entire event, and the very first basket, there was raffles. So the very first basket, our brand manager, Johnny, fucking wins this basket. So here, we're on stage in front of all these people, and the ticket that we pull out,
The very
is our
first one.
friend.
Very first one.
My best friend. And
Right.
that looks shady, it looks bad. And so immediately I'm like, damage control. I'm like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Johnny, give me one of those bottles, because now we're gonna raise money. We're gonna take one of those bottles out, and we're gonna come back up, and we're gonna do this.
Did we get a hundo for that?
We got a $1.20. $1.20 because Christine, who's one of the owners of Local, she decided that she would team up with us on that the next time we went up, and she gave us that bottle of Jameson. So we had a bottle of Jameson, and then I don't remember what
Was it Chimay?
Chimay, yeah.
It was a bottle of Chimay.
And so we did a impromptu auction, and we auctioned off.
Would you like give him a little something? You got a good You've got a good,
I had a
a
couple,
good cadence.
I had a couple in me.
I'm sold.
$1.20. $1.20 you got up, and it was awesome. So yeah, what a great event. Thank you to everybody who participated in that event.
And then coming
Why
up,
are we getting? I see that we just got closer to us. Why did it get closer? Why did I saw the camera move? Okay, so you didn't hear Bob mimicking me in the other room, so that's why we came up close. Thank you, Bob.
and then this weekend we'll be out again. We are going to be out with the grand opening of a gallery here in town, and
A very nice functional gallery.
yes, practical functional glass. And that'll be at Forward Glass this Saturday. Now the grand opening is from 8 to 11. He and I will be out there from 3 to 5.
And we'll have a teaser spot coming up here. So right here on our YouTube channel, on our site, regardless of where you're watching this, we'll have all the info coming up here.
And our raffle.
That's a lot of vodka, by the way. I just want you to know, no lunch and shotgunning Diet Coke. I mean, with no vodka in it.
Well, if I'm not at your level, man. Hey, Johnny, I'm gonna need about.
Well,
if you could bring in enough vodka to bring it up to this line right here for me, well, I don't want you to be here.
No, well, the thing is I just realized when I
That it's hitting you?
stumbled, like I just stumbled over 2 words in a row.
Start
I'm like,
getting, oh yeah, you're getting a little flush
You
there.
like it?
Yeah, the alcohol's hitting you.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, this is liquid lunch style. This is how we do on a weekend. How was your FNK weekend?
So this coming Saturday, and one of the raffles that we'll be doing out there will be for 3 different pieces of glass, all functional glass.
What does that mean? It's like you're blowing R2D2 or C3PO or something.
Woo! Wow. Anyway, one of the pieces that we're giving away is a $700 piece. There's
Right.
a $650 piece
Right.
and a $300 piece.
And they're all they're amazing. Again, that video that we're going to show. Thank you, R2. that.
I wasn't kidding, Johnny. I need a little bit more vodka in this thing. But here's the thing. The raffle that we're talking about, though, has to do to benefit somebody else that has cancer. And one of the artists...
Stage 4 cancers.
Yeah, stage 4. Ben...
B.
Damn it.
Wilson.
Wilson.
I said it!
B. Wilson.
Balls! Beer! B. Wilson.
B. Wilson
I knew it.
is one of the artists. Stage 4 cancer. And so this is going to help benefit him as well. But it's a really cool place, a really cool gallery. They have more than just practical glass pieces that are in there.
Functional.
Functional glass pieces that are in there.
They're all practical.
It's a very cool place. So you make sure you come by on Saturday and check us out, especially from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. And all the details are also at the website, fisherandkage.com.
The deets.
The deets.
We're dropping the deets on you. So make sure
You know, if I was going to open up a restaurant, that's what I would call it, the deets, because when you open up a restaurant, you want to make sure you pay attention to all the details, not just the food. You also want to make sure the service is spick and span.
I was thinking about opening up a restaurant called Portions. Just portions or Porsches or something like that. And then that way you always know, like every meal is...
You just get a handful of mashed potatoes, portions.
I don't know, I just thought it might...
Well, the chicken breast needs to be the size of your hand.
So it's about the calorie count for healthy people, people
Why
that are
would
not
you do
like
that?
me.
Well, thanks to Gordon Ramsay for chiming in on his weekend.
What'd I do?
Ed's going,
No, you're like, well, I mean, if I'm going to open a restaurant, it's going to be deets because you have to focus on the details. It's got to be everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ramsay.
Wouldn't you?
Well, tell us about your weekend.
Oh, my weekend was great.
All right, back after this.
On Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
This bromance just got interesting.
/Fisher and Kage.